Nerd Person Shooter presents Talking While Stoned. I don't know if that's gonna become an actual series of mine, but in case it is, welcome to the first episode of Talking While Stoned. I've had a long weekend at work, guys, okay? I've earned this. Please let me have it. Anyway, guys, Nerd Person Shooter here. Hello. I want to talk about something that is. My cat opened my door. I want to talk about something that I've genuinely been a little worried about. Not a lot, but a little worried about. And that is Grand Theft Auto 6. The most anticipated game ever, of all time, in history. This shit is apparently going to be bigger than Pong when Pong first came out in 1972. This is going to be bigger than that, folks. This might be the biggest entertainment launch ever. And I'm not just saying that because I'm high. I genuinely think that that's kind of the case. Now, when a game gets more and more hyped, the risk gets higher for that game. That game better be pretty fucking phenomenal when it comes out. I mean, we're talking groundbreaking, revolutionary shit in like the next generation of gaming. Like this is going to be the defining game of the next generation, not this generation, the next generation. A game has to be that amazing to live up to this much hype. Now, I'm not saying that Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't going to be great. I mean, I'm pretty damn sure it will be. This is Rockstar we're talking about. These guys have basically never flopped. Like, all of their games, whether you love some more than others, all of these games have been, like, wildly successful and or considered many of, like, the greatest games of all time. I'm confident that GTA 6 will be a solid evolution to Grand Theft Auto from Grand Theft Auto 5, but I'm still a little worried about it just on a development side of things, not financially or marketably or whatever, but just like the development of it all. This is one of those games that so far has been getting delayed after delayed after delayed. And if history has taught us anything from Cyberpunk 2077's launch, is that maybe if your game isn't fully developed, don't put a release date in place. Okay? Like, we've been through this already. Cyberpunk 2077, they gave you a release date. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the first one was. I thought it was like 2018 or something. They kept delaying it, saying that they need more time. Okay, why don't you just delay it indefinitely until it's finished? Why do you keep doing these pushing the goalpost, and you're kind of you're creating a crunch by creating unrealistic expectations that your game is going to be done by that point in time. Why not just be like, hey, we're delaying this indefinitely until this game is done. And then we're gonna be like, yeah, we got some awesome gameplay to show you. Like if we finally actually get gameplay from them and it looks amazing and stuff, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe this game is gonna be awesome. But my point is, I'm sick and tired of developers putting out release dates as like kind of like an ETA that this game will be done by then, and having their employees crunch and work harder or try to work harder, try to get them to panic and make even more mistakes than they were if you had just given them all the necessary time, regardless of how long that takes. It's not a good sign to me anymore when developers do this. It simply is not. It's funny. Deus Ex remastered, I believe, was supposed to be out by now, but they actually delayed it indefinitely. They didn't cancel it. It's still coming out eventually. They indefinitely delayed it until they fix everything that's wrong with it. The way it looks like shit, and people didn't like that, so they probably pulled back from it and have started probably redesigning it more and making it look better. And we're not going to get new footage of that, I don't think, until they have come to the conclusion that that looks like an actual remake of Deus Ex and not some stretched out, ugly looking, port with shit smeared on it. Um, so yeah, that actually happened. Recently, a developer pulled back from a release date indefinitely. That actually happened recently. So don't tell me that it never happens. It rarely happens, but there are a couple exceptions here and there. So right off the bat, I don't like how they keep giving us release dates and they've shown us no gameplay of it at all. There have been some leaks, and understandably it does look like shit. Like it could be like, beta at best, or probably realistically still in its alpha state. So yeah, it doesn't look that good. It's a leak, you know. It was an accident that it got released. And but I also question the state that it's in. Maybe it's already finished, because they just let a terminally ill cancer patient who unfortunately only has like a few months left to live, and they actually were nice enough to give him like an early access version of GTA 6, for them to play, in case, that they don't make it, by the time the game comes out. Um, like that's like a really heartfelt story. It's really sweet, and it actually paints Rockstar in a really great, wholesome way. But I can't help but wonder like what version of that game they let that kid play, and like whether or not that kid liked it, or maybe like he didn't because he thought it would be more finished. I'm really curious to what that kid's thoughts are on what he's played, that they've made so far. Um, Hopefully, like that comes out, before he passes away. Because like, if he passes away, and no one will ever know what his early impressions of the game are. So, but so yeah, they haven't shown much. They keep delaying it. And another thing is one of Rockstar's buildings, I believe it was last week, caught on fire. And I'm glad everyone's okay. I think it was like a Bunsen burner explosion or something. Or at least I thought I read that everyone was okay. Maybe there are a few burns or injuries or whatever, um, it makes me wonder, did they lose any data that they were working on when they're building just like up and like was anything destroyed that was that was a loss to the development of the game and to the overall thing, company. Um, so I have a lot of weird thoughts going on in my head. Like the roadmap for this looks disastrous, you know, and I really don't think this game is coming out this year. I don't think so. November 19th, first off, that's only like 5 weeks away or like 6 weeks away from being 2027. They're probably going to want to win Game of the Year from the Game Awards, but they can't if their game comes out that late. So they're gonna push it back some more until like March or something of 2027. They'll be like, yeah, we're gonna win this. We're gonna win this year for sure because we're definitely within Jeff Keighley's deadline. Um, that would be a really good. I'm stoned as fuck right now, but that would be a really funny thing to see. Like they actually just like push it back some more because they're afraid that their game didn't meet Jeff's deadline. But then again, it could just end up competing for 2027. Have it whatever. I shouldn't have brought it up. Sorry. And also, the rumor on the price tag. Look, I until I see more and more game devs doing this, I kind of doubt Rockstar would be one of the first ones to be shitty enough to start that. The whole $80 is the new norm for games. I know, well, Nintendo has already started it with Mario Kart, but still one of the first. Like I doubt they're that shitty. These guys are pretty professional. They're pretty respectable. I can't really see them doing that. And plus, from a businessman standpoint, you're not going to profit more off of pricing your games $80 as opposed to 70. And the reason why I say that is because a lot less people are going to buy it if it is that increased price. Like say, $80 is what? 8% more than 70 or 7 or 11% more. But like you're gonna lose like 11% more people, I believe, by making it 80 instead of 70. Like to me, no game should be more than 60. But I finally am learning to accept a little bit that video games are 70 now. I still don't like it, but if a game comes out and I've wanted to play it for a long, long time, I'll buy it for 70. And I will buy GTA 6 if it is 70, but I'm not going to buy it if it's 80. I'm not going to I'm not going to participate in making that the new normal thing. Um, I've only done it like twice. I did it when I bought Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I thought I did it when I bought um no, Silent Hill 2 Remake. Oh, no. I think Dead Space. I think I bought Dead Space Remake for 70. I don't remember, but I thought I did. I reviewed it. I reviewed it when it first came out, and it was 70 when it first came out. Yeah, but I rarely do it. Only if I'm like super super hyped to play a game. But unfortunately, I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not really hyped for GTA 6 anymore. It took too long. To be honest with you, like I don't know that I'll like GTA games again. Like, I tried GTA 5 again back in 2023 or the online, and like I still despise it. And I don't know. I feel like my tastes in video games have changed a bit since 2013. You know, I'm into different things now. Like this is a game that should have come out in like 2017. It really, like really, realistically, it was a 5 year time span between 5 and 4, and a 4 year time span between 4 and San Andreas. So yeah, realistically, this game should have come out fucking 8, 9 years ago, and I just I've moved on. I'm not really interested in Grand Theft Auto anymore. I actually would rather have a remaster of GTA 4 than I would GTA 6 because I love GTA 4 and I would just rather go back and relive memories of playing that game for the first time. I have no real interest in playing a new GTA anymore. I mean, how is it going to be much different anyway? Like, it's a game where you steal cars from people, do missions for, the mob or whatever, kill people, and just, you have this big, little, fun little sandbox world. Um, but if it's just the same thing, granted, it's set in a different location, or, well, different from every game except Vice City, but it takes place in all of Florida though. It's like if Vice City was to GTA 3, this game will be like the Florida equivalent of San Andreas in 5, where it's not just a city you're exploring, but like rural areas and little towns here and there. But I'm just not really into the formula has gotten old for me. Like I tried the Saints Row games recently, or like I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago. Didn't care for them really. I mean, I thought three was pretty fun, but I didn't like the first two, honestly. And the reboot, of course, was garbage. But I'm just not really interested in those types of games anymore, really. I'm more into like, action RPG, kind of like dungeon crawlers and, um, or, games like Kingdom Come Deliverance, like where it's set in a real time period. So there's that kind of artistic, um, level of creativity and stuff. And it has a lot of like survival elements to it, but not too much that it's like overstimulating. Like it feels just right. Games like that, like I don't really care much for like standardized open world games anymore. I just don't really care. So, going, sorry, I was going on a tangent high, but going back to my original point, even as a non-fan, I'm still concerned for GTA 6. That's all. Like I said, I still believe it's going to be a good game. I'm just worried that there's that small risk that it's going to turn out like crap. Because of reasons that I've just stated involving the release date, you know, push and, just the price increases. Keep it 70. Just keep it 70. You're still gonna fucking make bank. Like literal, like you're gonna make more money than Fort Knox. You're you're gonna make more money than Rockefeller ever did, okay? Your game is still gonna be like just as successful, even more if you don't make it $80 and make it 70 instead. Like don't do the $80 thing. Fucking don't. Please. I don't care how expensive your game is. It is also the most typed game in existence. Keep it 70. Okay? Keep it 70. Make it consumer friendly like what Team Cherry did in Hollow Knight Soak Song. They didn't give a release date until it was absolutely finished and play tested, for the most part, play tested. I'm the difficulty, ah. But just don't release, don't give a release date until it's done and cooked. And when you release it, Don't overprice it. Like on the contrary, Team Cherry could have put a $40 price tag on Silksong and it would still be worth it. Let alone 30, let alone 20 that it really is absolutely insane. Don't let it get to your heads, Rockstar. You still got a reputation to maintain. Okay? People loved your last major game, which was Red Dead Redemption 2. It's actually one of my favorites of yours. Just don't fuck this up in a cyberpunk way, okay? And when you have gameplay to show, make it an actual gameplay video, like uninterrupted, uncut, unedited gameplay video, like raw footage of someone actually playing the game, and not put like the few perfect 5 second snippets of footage that isn't interrupted by frame rate drops or bugs. Like what fucking CD Projekt did for Cyberpunk. They just like, wow, this game's rough. Ooh, but there was 2 seconds just there where there was no frame rate slowdown. Let's take that little bit, because little thing right here, we're gonna put it on the table, okay, and then we're gonna fast forward until we find another point in the video where there's no frame inconsistencies. Oh, there's one there. We got two now, Frank. We got four now, Francois. And like that was it. That was the gameplay trailer of Cyberpunk. They deceptively made us think that their game was flawless when it was a dumpster fire. No, it's not a dumpster fire anymore. They finally finished it like 2 years after it came out, and it's finally like a really good game now, actually. But when it first came out, again, I'm not saying GTA 6 is going to that level. I'm just afraid it's going to make the same mistakes, you know. I think I'm going to wrap this video up, guys. What are your thoughts? Are you not worried? Are you still confident that they're going to knock it out of the ballpark? Or are you a little worried based on whatever, visual or editorial evidence, that you come across? I've said my piece. Uh, I really wish I had a bag of family-sized Skittles right now.